Okay, 2017 Mule SX. Absolute zero complaints with it. Had it a couple years now, 18, 19, 20. And the only complaint that I have is that it is loud. I don't know if it's a resonance off the back of the bed. I have noticed that a lot of noise is coming up between here. I don't think it's the muffler, but there are three things that I'm going to do to try to quiet this. I've seen a few videos online of guys that have tried to solve the problem. First of all, I'm going to try an old school fix. I got some cleaning to do, but I am going to spray sound inhibitor on the bottom side of the bed, which is going to take removing the bed, cleaning it, scuffing it, and what I think I'm getting is a lot of sound coming off the muffler and the motor, bouncing off the bed and coming up through this crack. So that is step one. Step two is I am going to add an additional muffler to this. I got a muffler at the local welding shop, and I'm going to connect it there, add a secondary muffler. I'm not going to weld it to this. I'm going to hose clamp it with some fire rated hose and try to deaden that end of things. Yeah, it needs cleaned. And the third thing that I'm going to try is I'm going to put some foam in here to reduce the noise from the engine bay forward. Now we do have the issue of the operation of the bed, so I don't know if I can put something on the bed. I don't know, but I took a blanket and I stuffed it in here and it made a monumental difference. So a blanket's not all that safe because you get it down. Of course, the hot stuff's further back, but why run the risk? So we're going to go step one. We're going to take the tilt bed off, and I'm going to spray some sound inhibitor under there. Back in the 80s, it was real popular to spray it under your fender wells when you bought a new car to try to reduce road noise. So we're going to give that a shot. Okay, we got the bed off. We got it cleaned. We wet sanded it. I even wet sanded the heat shield. And the wife right now is degreasing it with goof off. And there's 4 bolts that hold the fender onto the underside of the bed. Actually 5 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 in the side. And 1 on each side would not come off, and come to find out they were cross-threaded. So what I had to do was turn the Phillips head into a straight head with the angle grinder. Get a big old janky straight head to get that sucker off. So if you run into that problem, then you have an angle grinder, just turn that Phillips head into a straight head and get that thing off. So what we're going to use is nothing fancy. We're going to use 2 cans of this Duplicolor undercoat sound eliminator, and quick dry, so hopefully we can put a couple coats on it and we'll see how that helps. Okay, there it is, 2 cans, and it's a little bit it's not completely dry yet. I wouldn't call it tacky, it feels kind of rubbery, but you notice there's a little bit of a texture to it. So let's hope that helps. Alright, I got the bed back on and took it for a test drive, and it was definitely improved. Not completely. I would say it lowered the tone, if anything. But it was a definite improvement. It was well worth the hassle. Hindsight 2020, I think I would have put 3, maybe 4 cans on it, and it would definitely improve it even more. But 2 cans of soundproofing really lowered the tone. And this is a muffler I got at the welder shop, you know, with the receiver hitch on. What I was thinking was, this isn't so much, hold on, I'm gonna mount it here and weld this cap, or weld this end shut, drill a new hole into that, and just tie it in, stub a piece of 1.25 inches up, tie it in, and I don't think it would mess with the performance of it much, but if I had to take it in to get service for warranty, I could take it off and they would never even know the difference. But this thing is like the perfect width for this. So the only problem is whether there's room for the dump bed to come down. As long as the dump bed doesn't hit this, we'll probably be okay. If the dump bed hits it, I'll have to get a smaller one, which is no problem, none whatsoever. So anyway, that's my redneck attempt at trying to quiet this fella down. It's just so dang, I don't know. So I'm gonna hold that up there and see if I can get that bed tilted and still have that clear. I'll throw that receiver hitch back on, and hopefully if it clears, my next video will be with that thing installed. And then from that, we're gonna plug this gap right here a little bit with something, some thick foam or something that, I don't know, maybe put some double sticky Velcro or something on the back of the seat right here, because right here is where the majority of the noise comes from. I might even try this before I install the muffler, because this is where the sound comes up, right here. And I think that's why it's tough to talk while you're driving, because it's all coming up right there. So alrighty, we'll do that and see if it's any improvement.